Hello.
Welcome.
Welcome back.
I'm Sarah.
I'm Kaylee.
This is always the cringiest part of the video. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I thought
So-
we were doing better than normal.
That's true.
It's normally a little more cringy than
We're
that.
a work in progress.
Yeah.
So in one of the videos that we posted towards the end, I said that the main reason that I wanted to start YouTube and make YouTube videos is because I really want to talk about my personal life experiences and maybe some inspirational video type things. I don't know how inspirational I am, but that sort of thing. So today I really wanted to talk about toxic relationships. The reason I want to talk about toxic relationships is because one, I feel like that's so relatable. Who hasn't gone through a toxic relationship?
Like the queen of toxic relationships.
Sometimes it's hard to tell when you're in it that you are, so maybe I could just share some of my experiences, our experiences. And a toxic relationship doesn't even have to be when I hear the word relationship, I think you're dating someone, but it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It can literally be a friend, a coworker, a family member even.
I feel like the majority of the quote unquote toxic relationships I've been in have been friendships.
Mm-hmm.
I mean I've had toxic boyfriends or whatever too, but the majority of my experience with toxic relationships has come from people I just considered friends.
I'll share some of my experiences with toxic relationships real quick. So, when I look back at my life, I realize that the worst times in my life I've been wrapped up in a toxic relationship, and it's when I was in those, I kind of knew that I was I knew it wasn't the right fit for me, but at the same time I'm such an empathetic person and such a caring person and a loving person that when I'm in those, it's I love this person at this point, so how am I gonna just let it go even though it's bad for me, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It's so hard. I'll talk about one specifically. Spill some tea.
Spill some tea.
Because I have no hard feelings against this person.
No shade, no tea,
No tea.
no drama.
No drama. Just
We're not gonna say any
Speaking
names.
facts.
If we do say any names, they're not gonna be any real names.
yeah. No, but this isn't like I said, I don't have any bad feelings about this person. It's just to kind of explain one of my situations. Maybe someone watching this is going through something similar or who has gone through something similar. So I'll just tell you what happened to me. So my senior year of high school, I was really close with this girl, Miranda. I was very close with Miranda. She was my sister. We were inseparable. We hung out pretty much every single day. It was my best friend. And like I said, I'm a very empathetic person. I'm a very loyal person. So if I care about you and I love you, I will do pretty much anything for you. And unfortunately, Miranda was going through a really hard time when we were friends, and she just wasn't being the best person that she could be. She would steal from me. She stole probably over $1,000 from me over the course of our friendship, and sometimes I didn't know, sometimes I did, and of course we'd fight about it, but I always ended up forgiving her. And she just wasn't a good friend to me. I mean, maybe in some aspects she was, but she just didn't care about me the way I cared about her. A toxic relationship is someone who only takes and takes and takes from you and isn't giving back in return. You're giving them your time, your loyalty, and they're just taking from you, and you're just
It's draining.
It's draining.
So imagine you're a pitcher of water, right? And you're filling up all these other glasses, and all these other glasses are other people. But if nobody's filling you back up, eventually you're just gonna run out.
And that's what toxic relationships will literally do for you. And sometimes there's a way to fix them. We tried multiple times to talk about it, and I tried to forgive her about things, but eventually the friendship ended. And
because somebody is toxic for you and that relationship is toxic for you doesn't mean that this person is a bad person, or because everybody makes mistakes. You know what I mean? People
everybody
change.
has those days. Everybody knows what
I'm talking about.
Everybody gets that way. Okay, anyways. So I don't mean that if you guys fight, it's a toxic relationship. Obviously it's not. But if it's just someone who constantly you just feel you're putting so much into it, and they're just taking and taking and taking from you, and just draining your energy, you just have to think about it and be is this really the relationship that I want to be in?
I just think I think you have to look at the relationship and be okay, this is what I'm giving.
Mm-hmm.
Am I getting it equally in return? You need to know your boundaries.
That's
and
a big thing.
You need to know what you can talk to them about and what you can't talk to them about. And that's something that's very hard for people to learn, especially myself. I've been dealing with boundary issues for a very long time. So instead, it's easier for sure to just cut toxic people out of your life. Definitely.
But that's also hard to do when you care about somebody.
Especially, or if it's a family member or somebody who you're always going to be in contact with, or I know this is an example for us, but if any of you out there got like a baby mama or a baby daddy, like
Yeah.
that you have to deal
to,
with,
yeah.
you need to know the boundary.
So a huge thing for me, at least it like used to be up until this year, is I always would like, I don't like being in the center of attention at all. Like I hate being in the center of attention. And so a big thing for me is I would always kind of try to like cling to a friend subconsciously that would like call the shots, make the rules, whatever the case, so I could kind of, you know, like piggyback along with them. And that's always how it's been for me. And I've realized, like, looking back at those friendships, that like they were toxic because the person, it was someone who liked being in control and they could kind of control me. And it's just like, that's never a good relationship either. Like, but you can't have someone who literally like tells you what to do. That's not a friendship.
Or is
at
like
all.
controlling over what you do. Like if you suggest to do something and they're just kind of like, oh, well, I want to do it this way instead, like all the time.
When I look back at it, I wasn't like being my true self, and I wasn't doing what I wanted to do because I was so wrapped up in what they wanted to do and how they wanted to call the shots. And it's just like, those aren't good relationships to be in.
As long as like in a friendship, like I'm getting what I'm giving, and like I think that that person is like honest and loyal, and yeah, then we good. I don't know.
No, but we've mainly talked about like friendly toxic relationships, but like I said, it could be anything. It could be, I mean, believe me, I've had my fair share of toxic like actual relationships. We won't get too much into that, but like right now I'm so much happier than I've been in forever because I'm finally like starting to not have people in my life who don't deserve to be in my life. So
I feel like that too. I've always been very much the type of person who's like, I cared so much more about everybody else instead of myself.
Same, yep.
For my entire life. And so I finally like am coming to the realization that like if I don't put myself first, then like who's gonna put me first? Self-love 2019.
No toxic relationships 2019. Doing the damn thing 2019.
Get your bad vibes away from me 2019.
Definitely like to make more videos like this if you guys liked it. This is, like I said, this is one of the main reasons I wanted to start YouTube. I have a ton of story time stuff that I could share.
Yeah, we have a lot of story time stuff we could probably go through.
Because you never know who's going through what you've gone through, or like maybe what you say could help them in some way, or just you like talk to someone who's gone through like similar things as you. It really can help a lot just having someone who like kind of understands in a way, or whatever the case. So
Facts, no printer.
Alright, I hope you guys liked this video. We'll definitely make more like this, and we'll do like some crazy story times.
Also,
Spill the tea.
if any of you out there have any suggestions on things that you want us to do, talk about, challenges, we're literally up for anything. Last video, I got a tattoo.
Yeah.
So if you don't think that we're down to literally do anything on camera, you're wrong. Except for me. Maybe.
There's a couple things that I wouldn't do. My mom watches these.
I'm just kidding.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Joette.
Hi, Jeanette.
Hi, Joette. Hi, Mac.
Okay, so I think that's pretty much everything for today's video.
Wait, like,
That's what I was
subscribe,
gonna say.
hit the bell.
Please hit the bell. Please like.
Please subscribe. Catch you later.
Wait, we should both put a hand up.
Okay.